In a beautiful healing terrain of the Alantika Mountains, somewhere in the northern parts of Nigeria and Southern Cameroon, lives a tribe untouched, untarnished by civilization and its hazards. A tribe where boys and girls go nearly naked before their puberty rites, carrying branches that cover their genitals. To date, they still dress like their forefathers. The men are seen wearing loincloths, while the women wear fresh leaves tied around their waists, and they still live in the caves. A tribe where a man shares his wife with friends, especially visitors, because according to them, it is a sign or mark of acceptance and friendship. A tribe that still practices the killing of twin babies. In fact, these babies are buried alongside the mother without a rethink. Primitive it may seem, but these people still believe that twin births are evil and unacceptable. The world is moving on fast-paced into the fourth revolution, and a world of robots, high-end technology, evolving traditions and culture, and environmental changes. Yet, this group of people remain unbothered by the world evolving around them. And in this video, we bring to you the interesting story of the Koma people of Nigeria and Cameroon, including some of their shocking beliefs and practices, and why they are detached from the rest of the world. But before we begin, if you're new to our channel, you're highly welcome to Laura MA TV, and please do also hit on that subscribe button. And do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you can always stay notified and updated whenever we upload a new video. We upload very interesting content every day. Without further ado, let's begin. The Komas inhabit the Alantika Mountains in Nigeria and Cameroon. They have been refugees in the mountains for centuries to escape Islamization and to preserve their traditions and religion. There are about 20 villages on the Cameroonian side and about 15 on the Nigerian side, with a total of about 25,000 Komas, 15,000 in the mountains and 10,000 in the plains, according to a 1986 Nigerian census. Today, there are more Komas in the plain than in the mountains. The Koma ethnic group is subdivided into 3 sub-ethnic groups: the Bayas and Damtis, who live in the mountains, and the Vomnes, who live on the plains. In recent decades, due to the disappearance of threats, the Komas have been descending from the mountains. These plain dwellers have family ties and homes in the mountains too. The Komas were herders, but today they are farmers and gatherers. Most of their occupation is rearing animals, as you could see them cohabit with their animals, sharing food and drinking water resources. The basis of agriculture in the mountains is the cultivation of millet, corn and peanuts. Within the Koma society, women exercise considerable economic power in the access, control and deployment of resources. The women are in charge of controlling the barn. In the mountains, there are no markets. The Komas go down to the small markets that are organized daily in different locations on the plain. They acquire goods that they cannot produce in the mountains, such as salt, clothing, agricultural tools, batteries for their small electrical appliances, plastic items and other necessities, and they sell or exchange their products such as corn, tobacco, honey, chickens, craft beer in the market too. The Koma are eminently self-sufficient as a result of the abolition of slavery and also of various colonization policies between 1900 to 1960. The Komas came down from the mountains and some settled in the vicinity of the slopes of the Alantika Massif. Over the years, they were influenced by their neighbors, and the result was the conversion of the lowland Komas to Islam and the mountain Komas to Lutheranism or Christianity. In 1961, that is 1 year after Nigeria's independence, the Koma people were reorganized as Nigerians. The border with Cameroon was established along the Alantika Massif, and as a result, the Koma people were divided between Nigeria and Cameroon. In the modern age, the official discovery of the Koma people was in 1986 by a member of the Nigerian military and a member of the National Youth Service Corps, the NYSC. They were described as primitive, naked, backward and pagan people. This discovery shocked Nigerian society and was a subject of derogatory comments and rejection. For reasons too obvious to ignore, some have described the Koma people as ancient, others have described them as primitive. Whichever the case may be, the Koma people have refused to tag along with civilization. One unique thing about this tribe is that they are made of entirely committed people who are committed to their traditional culture. Some of their men adorn contemporary clothes, but the women stick to nudity and live wear. They firmly believe that if women wear modern clothes, they will incur the wrath of the gods with a visitation of either death or barrenness. They stick to these rules to the extent that when government authorities made it mandatory in some markets for people to put on clothes, the women would put clothes wrappers over the leaves only in the market and remove them on their way back to the hills. The Koma people, according to findings, have respect for their chiefs, elders and the government agents, but would never trade their beliefs, culture and tradition for anything, not even money. They are cut off from the rest of the Nigerian societies in terms of modern civilization, and anthropologists and human rights activists believe that responsible tourism can help preserve the Koma culture, ease their daily lives and help to eliminate the brutal ones like the burying of twins with the mother. They are now getting involved so that the Alantika Mountains and Faro Valley do not suffer the harmful effects of massive tourism like it has happened in other tribal regions of the world. In this 21st century, where Nigerians now have a feel of what infrastructure looks like, even though they are not benefiting maximally, in the Koma community, there is no single functional infrastructure provided by the state governments in the community, except for a few offered by the missionaries and non-governmental organizations present in their community. In the entire community, there is no decent eatery, no pharmaceutical shops or dispensary, except for a provision shop that functions when people come to visit. Koma Hills have become a center of attraction for soul winners as evangelical churches within and outside Nigeria now scramble for the souls of these people to win them and introduce them to serving God. These missionaries are behind the little development in the area. They built faith-based schools, sunk boreholes for the people, and supplied clothing for them, all in a bid to draw them closer and catch them for God. Muslim organizations are not left out in the soul-winning strategies in Koma community, as Islamic organizations have their camps in Koma, where they work hard to convert as many as possible.